Hi there, my name's Mel and I'm the executive chef at the university. We are going to be doing a series of videos to show you how to do nutritional, filling food that's really warming for the winter on a budget. So it's going to be great for everyone. It's really healthy, and the first dish we're going to be doing is a chickpea and lentil dhal. So the ingredients are sweet potatoes, which have been peeled and diced. We've got lentils, red lentils, canned chickpeas, a diced white onion, and then we've got coriander, ground cumin, ground garam masala, 2 garlic cloves, or you can use garlic puree, whichever's easiest for you, and then 2 stock cubes, so vegetable stock cubes. The dish is a vegan dish and it's gluten-free as well. However, if you want to, you can add chicken to it or you can adapt the recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is heat the oil up. So you've got 2 tablespoons of oil there, put it onto a medium heat. So either number 1 or 2, medium heat, because you don't want to be burning the onions, so you don't want to cook them too quickly. And we're going to add the onion. Let that come up to heat. Okay, so while the onions are cooking, we're going to make a yogurt, a natural yogurt with some mint in it. Now you can add cucumber to this if you want to, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to use mint today, fresh mint. So I've chosen a growing mint plant, basically because you can put it into a tub, you can water it, and then it will just keep growing and growing. So you'll get mint all year round. Okay, I can hear the onions starting to cook away there. So let's just pick a couple more leaves of mint. And then we're just going to finely slice them, or you can tear them with a knife. So you can hear that the onions are sizzling away now, they're starting to soften. You don't want them to burn, which is why you have them on medium heat. And they'll take probably 5 or 6 minutes to cook and soften. And then we'll add our spices. You don't want to add the spices at the beginning when you put the onions in, because you'll end up burning the spices and you'll be able to taste that they're burnt. So as the onions cook, they'll go translucent and soften. Couple more minutes for those, and then we'll add the spices. Okay, so we're going to add the ground coriander and the ground cumin first, and the garlic. The garam masala will go in at the end of the cooking time. Now the thing with the garam masala is it's a really aromatic spice, which is lovely when it's sprinkled over the top of the finished dish. It will give it a really lovely smell, and it's a lovely flavour as well. Okay, so always add your garam masala at the end of the cooking time and not the beginning, because it will lose the aroma. So we'll put that aside and we'll use that in a minute. This is a really quick and easy dish to do. Okay, so that's the onions cooked now. They're softened, they're not fully cooked through, but they're softened. And then we're going to add the crushed garlic. Okay, so we've added the garlic to that. Make sure that you keep it moving. You don't want to burn the garlic because it tastes bitter. We'll add the coriander and the ground cumin. And then keep stirring. This just needs to cook through for a couple of minutes to cook the spices out. Look at that. And you can smell it already, you can smell it as it cooks, it's really good. Okay, next we're going to add the lentils and sweet potatoes. So we'll pour the sweet potatoes and the lentils in, and then coat them with the spices, like so. Just let that cook out for a couple of minutes. Next stage is to add the stock. So with the stock cube, you want to make for this amount of portion, so it's 4 portions, you're looking at a pint of stock. So hot water, boiling water into a jug, and you can either use the powdered stock, which is the bouillon, the vegetable bouillon, or you can use the stock cube and dissolve it in boiling water. So that's been dissolved there, and then you just pour it on top. Hear that sizzle. And then this is what it looks like here. So as this cooks, the lentils are cooked. The lentils are going to soften and they're going to thicken the dal. So on a medium heat for approximately 20 minutes. Depending on how large you cut the sweet potatoes would depend on how long it takes, but it's going to take about 20 minutes to cook on a medium heat, okay? And then once it's cooked and once it's thickened, you may need to add a little bit more stock as you go along. If it starts to thicken too much, add a touch more stock, maybe another quarter of a pint. Once it's thickened and the potatoes are really soft, you then add the chickpeas and then carry on cooking for about 5 minutes. And that's it. So the dal has been cooking for 20 minutes. I haven't added any more water to it because I haven't needed to. So this is what it looks like when it's cooked through. Sweet potatoes are soft, you can smell the spices coming through. Now at this stage, you then add the garam masala. Okay, then taste afterwards. If it needs a little bit of salt and pepper, that's fine. You might not need that because you've got the vegetable stock. So depending how strong your vegetable stock is will depend on if you need salt. So don't season it until you've cooked the garam masala for a couple of minutes, then taste it and see if it's okay. So I'll have a little taste. Perfect. Okay, to finish the dish off, we'll add some fresh coriander. Fresh coriander is completely different from the ground coriander. It's got a really aromatic flavour, and to add that into the end of the cooking time would just elevate it even more. Okay, so always use the stems of the coriander as well. Never throw those away. So use the leaves and the stems. Just cut the stems a little bit finer, but you can use the whole of the coriander plant in this. So you can either tear the coriander or you can finely chop it. I prefer to just chop it because then you can get the stalks done as well. And then add to the dal. Smelling good. See what it looks like, yeah. So it's lovely and thick and all ready to go. Okay, so we've got the finished dal, and you can either serve that on its own, you can serve it with cooked rice, or you can serve it with naan bread, whatever you want. Whatever you want, whatever you fancy at the time, you can have with it. So we'll have rice with this one. So let's just make it a little bit fancy. Okay, so we've got the rice in the bowl. This is easily going to serve 4 people, probably more, unless you're really hungry. And then it'll serve 4 hungry people, but probably 6 people that aren't so hungry. There we go, so we just put that around the edge. This is even better the next day as well. So if you cool it down, put it in the fridge overnight and then heat it the next day, it tastes even better because the flavours will enhance. Minted yogurt on top. A little bit of fresh coriander. And there we go. 15 minutes for a filling meal. It's really good price as well. Hope you enjoy.